Hi everyone! We wanted to give an update to all of our followers where we're at and what we've been doing.
We're currently anchored off a little island in Honduras called Isla del Tigre. And what makes Isla del Tigre so special is that 1, it's a volcano, 2, we've been told we're one of 3 boats that visit here every year, and 3, it has fast, free Wi-Fi.
And considering we still have so much to share with you guys, including all of the Sea of Cortez and mainland Mexico. So the internet here is giving us high hopes for the rest of Central America that we can keep bringing the episodes to you as quickly as possible.
So we'd like to just thank you all for having the patience for us to bring you more episodes, and all of our supporters, our patrons, our donators, and our viewers for keeping this show on the road.
So to make a donation or become a patron yourself, visit sbprism.com. Until then, enjoy episode 15.
These are the voyages of Sb Prism. The crew on board are searching for exotic landscapes and foreign cultures as they sail their 33-foot sailboat beyond horizons.
Well, it's December 27th, 7:12 in the morning, and we are on our way to Cabo. We've had an amazing sail the last, would that be the last 12 hours since we left Mag Bay. The steady winds from our aft port quarter propelling us at speeds 6 to 7 knots all night. So we've made a ton of ground that we weren't really expecting to make. I mean, the fastest we've ever gone consecutively. I think we had a max speed of 10 knots last night. I think that was with the help of the tide, but still, it was pretty rad to go pretty quick all night. I mean, this is incredible to sail like this. But I am excited to get to Cabo and the Sea of Cortez. Really excited. I mean, this is it. This is the last bit of the open Pacific for most likely for an entire year. So. All right, status report. We are, I think, about 60 miles away from Cabo. The wind's a little bit in front of our beam, so we're not quite doing a beam reach. It's pretty comfortable still. The swell really isn't much swell, and then the chop, it just kind of sprays you every now and then, but that's it. Just a little misting. The cockpit's extremely dry. We weren't picturing in our heads that we were going to be averaging 6 knots. That was wet. All right, well, that was a good piece of chop that just went straight into my cockpit. Now the cockpit got wet. Starboard side's still dry, but port side's kind of wet now. It is blowing a consistent 18 outside with probably gusts in the mid-20s. We are double reefed with the staysail, still doing about 7.5 knots. Luckily the temperature's pretty warm, but the sea state's kind of cruddy. It's an eastern wind, so it's all chop, and some of the chops are quite big. We're pretty far away from the coast too, so about 25 miles off the coast, so the chop has a lot of time to fetch. Like I said, we're double reefed with a staysail, so that I've been in 35 knots with that, so that gives us a lot of overhead when it comes to how much more fury she can throw at us. So the only annoying part is, yeah, the chop is right on our beam. If there's a beam reach, generally that would be really beautiful and awesome, but for some reason it's just super choppy.
Oh, big fish!
After our amazing record-setting day of 168 nautical miles, averaging 7 knots, we got within 10 miles of Cabo and the wind died. So we kicked on the motor, said goodbye to the sun, and anchored an hour later in the dark.
Cabo is exactly kind of what I thought it was going to be. You are surrounded by mega hotels and mega yachts and beautiful people. We're on jet skis buzzing around the boat, and we were in about 35 feet, about 200 yards off of the beach. Sun's it's a little cloudy today, but it's fine. We are just having a good time. We're about to deploy the dinghy and go to shore, see what it has to offer.
Oh, that's full of water. Oh, come on.
You're gonna get wet on the way over anyway.
2, 3.
Not bad. You guys are dialed now. We have made it to Cabo. We are on land, obviously. Pulled the dinghy up to the dinghy dock. We are now trying to pay for the dinghy because you're in Cabo, everything kind of costs money here. So I think it's 30 pesos to leave the dinghy there for the day. You can also, we know you can beach it, but we heard mixed reports of people like jumping on it and filling boats with sand. So that didn't sound like much fun. So we're just gonna pay the 30 pesos. That verifies that the dinghy will also be there when we get back, which is always a good feeling. It's kind of like you're in the States. The noises of society come screaming out at you. And, you know, and the marina is your full-fledged, normal marina. It's pretty amazing, though. All around town, it's pretty apparent that hurricane of some magnitude hit here. Most of the places don't have signs anymore. For instance, this whole intersection, all the lights, all the crosswalk and street lights aren't working. They're sheared right off. The McDonald's across the street, all the big front windows are all busted out, and yeah, it's pretty incredible. In our search for ginger root to make more ginger beer, we were turned on to this place. I could just say it is strong in here, the scent. These are all spices and herbs and food, and it is like walking into a chili. Like we've clambered through a chili right now.
We just got our first Mexican ice cream. This is we think it's Oreos and cream. Sean tasted mine to make sure it's not poison, and he said I'm not gonna want it, so which means he wants it. Looks pretty freaking good to me. We decided it was a good time to get propane because we had not filled up since San Diego 3 months prior. On Prism, we have one 7-gallon tank that lasts a good amount of time. But with John's sweet tooth, there is a constant want for cookies, so the tank was getting light. What we didn't know was how far out of town the only propane filling station was.
We are at the Cali gas station for trying to fill up. It's been quite an ordeal to get out here. Just anyone that knows or Cabo at all, don't plan on really getting LP gas. We had a successful propane fill.
The following day we decided to go explore with our friends from Sailing Vessel Summer. Jen and Johnny are from the central coast of California, and we met them originally in Turtle Bay.
Yeah, this is awesome.
There's no way we would have made it in ours.
Yeah.
We all wanted to play tourist and go see the sights. So the crew on Summer offered to take us in their big inflatable dinghy, as Falkor is just too small for the 5 of us. Cabo is very pretty, but there are a ton of people. We happened to be there during school's winter break, so it may have been a little more busy than normal. We explored the sights, including Lover's Beach, the Arch, and Neptune's Finger, then hit the water for some surprisingly good snorkeling.
Alright, for people that have never been to Cabo San Lucas before, just be prepared for a rolly anchorage, to say the least. There's not really big swell out there right now, but it's still wrapping around into here. And all the traffic makes for a pretty rolly anchorage, so our flopper stopper's doing overtime, and it's just not us rolling back and forth. Every boat in here is doing a pretty good dance, so I can see why a lot of people I've read about use a stern anchor to keep your bow in it, but like that right there. I'm counteracting it, but if I don't counteract it, I mean, you can see how much we're going side to side here.
On New Year's Eve, Jen and Johnny joined us as we walked the beach to peer into how others celebrate New Year's in Cabo. Bringing a backpack of cold beers, we wandered the beach for a surprisingly long time. In Cabo, all of the resorts are practically attached to each other, making it difficult to get back into downtown off the beach. It took us about a half a mile to finally find a less guarded pathway through a resort and back into the streets behind. We then went back to Prism to enjoy the firework displays. As we have heard, it is one of the best, because the resorts compete for the best show. Let's just say it did not disappoint.
I just want you guys to know, it's nice knowing you in case one of these mortars go a little too low and go right in our cockpit. Jesus! Pull up, pull up, pull up!
Oh my god!
Damn. We're good, we're good. Am I missing an eyebrow?
Oh my god!
Oh yeah, that was rad.
Wow!
I'd say that's some of the coolest.
I'm really glad we weren't closer.
That's the best I've ever seen.
Oh, that was awesome.
That takes.
We are walking again. It was quite a rough day yesterday. All of us seemed to have caught the same thing or eaten the same thing that made us all extremely gut sick. Like where we could not move at all. It hurt to move. Had to be near the bathroom or the toilet because you had to go every like 10 minutes. It wasn't a lot of fun. So today is the first day of recovery, or feeling recovered-ish. It's an interesting thing. I never have wanted to go somewhere as much, but leave it so badly. You know, the goal going down the coast is to get to Cabo, get to Cabo, get to Cabo. Well, we got to Cabo, and once you're to Cabo, the whole goal when you get to Cabo is leave Cabo, leave Cabo, leave Cabo. We are all feeling well. This is our last day in Cabo, I hope. And it is Wednesday the 7th. I'm just to the point where I feel decent enough to walk around. The three of us are on land. We are going to Ace Hardware. We have 2 stops, Ace Hardware, and then we're gonna go to like their equivalents of Sam's Club to get some more bulk stuff like canned foods and hopefully some rum.
It was amazing to go into one of these big box stores after buying all of our supplies for the previous 2 months from the small mom and pop tiendas on the Baja coast. We were slightly overwhelmed with the scale of everything and tried to keep our cool as we stocked up on supplies. So we could just pick out a television, right? Small mounted. That will fit on a bulkhead. It is amazing. I mean, the candy section here is just as big as like, I don't know. I mean, it's huge. No wonder, I mean, you can tell that the people of Mexico love their candy because this is ridiculous. It's not even Halloween or anything, it's just candy.
Moving on.
Supposedly, we are walking back with all this stuff. These are massive, like Costco style shopping carts, and we have bottom and top pretty much full. You might also see here that we have 6 bottles of rum. This is the first time we've seen rum at a reasonable price. That's not either Bacardi or Captain Morgan for like ever. So we're taking, it's 90 pesos, and the conversion rate for American dollar right now is 15 pesos to every $1, so it's really good. So what does that make that? This is really embarrassing. I can't do mental math right now on camera. So what is that? That's 2 would be 60, or no, 2 would be 30, so 3, 6, 9. So they're $6 a piece. Pretty good for spiced dark rum. Yeah, it's been pretty funny seeing us struggle back to the boat with this. So we have our heavy packs. I can't actually lift my arm any higher than this. This strap is pulling it down so much. But it's about I'd say about a half mile, probably quarter mile, maybe half mile walk back to the marina, and to offload all this stuff. So we will, my pack probably weighs a good 60-70 pounds, so it's quite heavy.
With the added weight from our heavy packs, we decided it surely would have been too much for Falkor, our 8-foot Walker Bay, to get us all back out to Prism without getting swamped. So we thankfully borrowed Summer's dinghy once again. Next time on SV Prism. We head out of Cabo at night to round the East Cape and begin the journey of sailing up into the Sea of Cortez. We get to experience the great northern winds of winter as we beat our way up to Los Friles, while enjoying the sun and the breathtaking views of this incredible coast. I don't think we were ready for what we found once we rounded the corner into Bahia De La Paz, where we discover one of our favorite and most picturesque anchorages of the trip. Thank you so much for watching, and like always, fair winds and following seas.